Hello everyone, my name is Thomas Sulu Jr., aka Mustached. I'm here with my OC, Kawaii Critic, here with another MLP episode review of the main attraction. So, in this episode, we see that Pinkie Pie is serving up party with Applejack, and Pinkie Pie managed to get the top pop star, Countess Calitor. I think that's her name was. Well, anyway, um, in this episode, we see AJ happens to know her, and then we see that AJ has a flashback to when they were little kawaii fillies, and we see that um, Rah, I'm just gonna call her that because it's easier, but she sings her little heart out, her cutie mark shines, I think in the beginning. Yeah, it does, and then she arrives, and she's a very different character when we see her, but we soon discover that this is all because of her manager is a very pushy, aggressive manager, and AJ sees this as well, and then we get to see a second performance of this really interesting, like, pop song, I guess. It was a really fun song, for what it's worth. And then after that, AJ sets up a little plan to reveal to Rara that her manager is just doing this for himself and kind of wants to take a break, so Twilight records him doing all this mean stuff to Pinkie Pie, and then they show it off, and then she sees it, and then after helping out like the little other fillies in the song contest that they supposedly did, but at any rate, um they get together, and then Rara, she's like, oh no, and then NG tells her just to be herself, and then we get this nice song, and I'm really glad that I didn't get to see it earlier, because apparently this was like recorded really early on, so it was a really nice song, and then we get the reprisal song at the end with she brings up the Kmart Crusaders, and then AJ as well, and then she does the little bell ring like she did in the beginning, or triangle ring, I should say. So this is a really interesting episode. You know, for like this is like an interesting episode because I don't know if this is the case, but I think this might be one of the few episodes where the lesson applies to not one of the main six. I mean, unless my memory is not serving me correctly, and I'm like, besides like a main villain, of course, like just like a side character being the one that ends up getting the lesson. It's an interesting episode in that sense, to get this sort of side character and have her have the spotlight as far as getting the message to her. So yeah, it's a really interesting type of episode in that case. In this case, so with that said, the season finale is next week, I believe. So there's gonna be that, and then I guess I'll have to record other stuff. So it's been a fun ride reviewing season 5 thus far, and I can't wait for the season finale. And with that said, this has been Thomas Sewell Jr., aka Mustache Tom. And remember, everyone, keep it kawaii.